Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is episode 2 of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through all the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. If you guys are new to the channel, you're not really sure what this is, essentially what you want to do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on so that you can get your comment into this video as quick as possible. I go in order of whoever asks it first, so you definitely want to have notifications on to get a chance for your question answered, and I go over all of your team questions. So with that being said, let's get into it, and we'll start with Bushy. He says, so here's my team. He's got Barzal, McCann, Poulin, Gaudreau, Sillinger, Marner, Pasta, Horvat, Kuzi. So he's got the basics. He's got Klingberg, Danico, Hamilton. So yeah, he's got all of the base cards done. He's got X Factors, Markstrom, Barzal, Poulin, and Marner. MSP's McCann Letang. I have 11,000 coins, trying to get more to try and buy base Marner. Div 3 and going to get Ultimate this week. Should I take tradable or untradeable, and who should I replace to focus on to upgrade first? I would definitely take untradeable awards early on. That's definitely going to be the most impactful, especially because of how master set players work. You want to save for future events like the fantasy hockey or the Evo event. That's going to be a big one, and you want to have a lot of players that you can churn into collectibles. In terms of cards that you want to go after next, obviously, getting McCann to 88 using the free objectives. You definitely want another centerman, so that would be where I would put my focus. I know you have another... there's a couple centermen that I really like. I believe the Claude Giroux, the HUT 23 card, is not going to be very expensive. I think it's 83 overall. He's got really high face-off rating. That'd be a good one. Same with that HUT 22... Jonathan Toews. He's only 82 rated, but he's got quick draw and very good defensive stats that you can use at center. That's probably the next best. In terms of like big guys, unless you're a fan of Marner, I'm not. Marner's actually, your profile picture is the Leaf, so I'm going to assume that Marner is one of your favorite players. Get that Gaudreau to 88 as well. Really, really effective card so far. I see that you've got the 82 Giroux. I don't know if that's the one that I'm talking about. I think it's 83 or above because I think the 82 is base. But just keep saving your coins and take untradeable rewards for this one. In terms of the X Factors, you've got Markstrom and Barzal, Poulin, and Marner, McCann, and Letang. Yeah, you can't trade any of them in. So, not much else you can do. You got to wait for your rewards, man. All right, Capitals SC says, Ace Sleeve. So, I'm doing a theme team because it's boring to play meta. 100% agree. These players also are all Canadian, but I'm also trying to use players who played for Canada internationally. A rough time to be doing that, but I understand. Mainly in the World Junior Hockey Championships or Women's Worlds. Those tourneys are my whole childhood. I can appreciate that. So my questions are: 1, should I make Owen Nolan? He fits my theme, but only 3 are Canadian, so I can't make 4. I can't make 4-2. Do I pay 90K to upgrade Poulin's X Factor? And 3, any suggestions on your favorite international players from your past? I have 550K, and I love my team. I'm going to find good investments. Any suggestions? If you don't have Eberle would be where I would go. That's definitely one of my favorite international moments and players because of, obviously, you know, his huge goal at the World Junior Championship. If they make a Dion Phaneuf, if Dion Phaneuf gets in the game, I think that's another big one. But you've got Matt Crosby, McDavid. Those are big ones. Barzal, McCann, Scheifele. Marie-Philippe Poulin is a great one. Maybe Sarah Nurse as well. I would try and make Owen Nolan, though. Try and get Owen Nolan. Thomas Sunblom says, hey, Sleeves, here we go again. Team is X Factor, Stamkos, Draisaitl, and Gaudreau. Laine, Giroux, and Yager. This 84 base icon Yager apparently slaps. So for anyone looking for a kind of sneaky card, he's like that base icon, no card art. Go and check out that Yager. He's kind of expensive, though. I got about 122K or 120K. Where to next? Just started out thinking to spend wisely. I would not get your Draisaitl up anymore. I think Draisaitl is one of the X Factors where it's just a money sink. I wouldn't go any further with him. In terms of players that I would look for, man, Larkin, like X Factor Larkin has been one of my favorite cards. Also, I don't know if I see a second one, but you're going to get two of the Spotlight cards. So Gaudreau is my favorite. He's so much fun. The other one is McCann. McCann's been good at center. McCann is a really, really good centerman option. And actually, did the first guy have McCann? He does have McCann. Okay. And then the next one I would probably do is Letang or Bowen Byram, because you're kind of lacking on defense. So other than that, man, getting Makar, wait for Makar to be like I think like under 80K. He will fall eventually to do the last upgrade tier. Congrats on hitting 40,000 subscribers. Thank you, Red Gaming. I appreciate that. Detroit Wing says, "Hey, Slaves, big fan. Thanks for doing this. For those that are stuck in a rut, here's my team. He's got Kobasu, Larkin, Kane, DeBrincat, Draisaitl, Kaprizov, McCann, Goudreau, base point. And he's got Huberdeau, Scheifele, base Hughes, Carlson, Yossi, McAvoy, Quincy. So he's got 2 team builders, I think. And where was the first one? Kobasu. So you can do the Atlantic Division. Olli Jokinen has surprised me. He's been very good. I still think that he'll be replaced rather quickly. Like, I would rather have Duchesne or Tkachuk or Nolan, but he's been and Murphy. He's been very good, though. So you might want to focus on that because you might be, with those 2 team builders, you've kind of got a head start. He's got 40,000 coins. Not sure where to go from here. I have X Factor Draisaitl, but I haven't spent the coin to upgrade him. I would not. Like I said, Draisaitl is one I would not. I also have a free X Factor pack to claim. Any help is appreciated. Well, keep doing your X Factor pack until you can get McDavid or McKinnon or Makar or Matthews, one of those. But even if you are able to do it, I don't see you have Larkin and I don't see you have Barzal. Those are key options first. Kobasu's not... Oh, you have Larkin. My apologies. You do have Larkin. Barzal would be the next one I would try and focus on. He's been so good for me, especially on my free-to-play team. You've got Carlson, McAvoy, Quincy, Yossi. You do need a defenseman. So I see that you've got you have Base Gaudreau and Spotlight McCann. I would go with one of the defensemen, whatever one you want, Byram or Letang. I would go Byram over him, but that's where I would go next. Strax says, "Hey." Greg Connor says, "Yo, congrats on 40K. That's a big milestone." Whoops. That's a big milestone. I want to say I love all the content, what you do for the community. Good luck with the subathon. Appreciate that, man. Everyone giving me props to the 40,000. I really appreciate that. LOL says, "Hey, Sleeves. I've got enough coins for pretty much anything, except for like Mario, X Factor, Mac, and McKinnon. Should I save for fantasy event or go for team builders? How many coins would you say should I have to save up for the fantasy event to guarantee that I can make a player for my favorite team?" So I wouldn't save coins for the fantasy event because coins are going to be, they aren't the currency. The currency is the cards. So I would buy as many 83s as you can that are under 5,000 coins, because right now that's where the value is. There's no guarantee that 85s will be used in that event. And if you buy 85s and they don't use it in that event, then you're kind of screwed. So 84s are still not a good buy because right now they're going for 9,000 coins and it's 1 for 1. So 180, you need 2 84s to get 2 collectibles. So that's 9,000 each. The 83s is where you're making your bank. So any of them that are under 5K is probably where I would invest my money for saving for the fantasy event. I would agree. Saving for your fantasy event is definitely the play here. Maze Jolt. Okay. From Twitch. "Hi, hope all is good, and let's keep this subathon going. Also, congrats on the 40K on YouTube. And before anyone is looking at my team, yes, I'm totally free to play." Maze is not free to play. He obliterated his credit card. My team is pretty stacked, but I don't know who I should replace with free MSP in the Spotlight event, so here are my forwards. I don't think I need anything on defense since I have 4 team builder cards plus Yossi and Makar. I would agree, except for X Factor Makar. Also agree there. He's got X Factor McKinnon, Jokinen, Keith, Nolan, Matthews, Kucherov, Hayduk, Spotlight, McCann, Kaprizov, and then he's got Dion, Sundin, and Huberdeau as his 4th line. So on the right side, you have McKinnon, Nolan, and Hayduk. On the left side, though, you've got Kucherov as your 2nd line, and then you've got Tkachuk. I would take, no lie, I would go Goudreau. He has been so much fun, especially with elite edges. Definitely go Goudreau there. I also have 88K, and as I'm writing this, I've invested a lot in 85s and a little in 86s. I currently have 35 85s and 83 86s. I would to play it safe, go and get 83s as well. I'd play it safe and go and get 383s as well. Victor Johansson says, "Hey, Sleeves, glad that Who Should You Choose is back, but my question is, which defense player should I try to get? I already have X Factor, Fox, and Hughes as the first line, but the rest isn't the best for my liking. Should I try to get Makar or Hedman? Keep up the great work." I wouldn't go get Hedman because Hedman, he's great right now, but he will get outpaced fairly quickly. Like, as the master set cards come out each event week over week, you're going to see those cards are going to be very good, and Hedman's speed is very low. He's obviously very big, which makes up for it, and his X Factor has Stick 'em Up, which is one of the best abilities, but he's so expensive to upgrade his X Factor, which is why I don't like him. You can wait for a better version to come out. In terms of cards that you should go after in terms of defense, Makar is the most fun. Like, Makar, I would definitely recommend trying to go out and grab. He's been so much fun to get. Some other cheaper options, I've really liked Morgan Riley. He's going for 15K. If you need another cheap lefty, like Samuel Girard's Hut 23 card has been really good. So that's where I would start. Brett Arsenault says, here's my team: 87 Mac, 87 Drysdale, and McDavid. Knight, McCann, and Kaprizov. He's got Barzal, Dion, and Rantanen. Fourth line is 81 to 82, which is fine. Makar and Hedman, Letang, Riley. I don't know if these are all X factors or not, but I'm assuming they're base cards. I have 45K coins. I am pay to win, but I don't look to spend much more money. I have about 100 gold players, and I'm halfway making the Larry Murphy team builder. What should I do next? Making Larry Murphy would be big. It looks like you've got the 88 McCann, and you have one more. So for your free 88s, you're already gonna have Makar and Letang, Makar and Murphy, so I wouldn't go Letang. You have Hedman, Riley, and Klingberg, which is good. You have Kaprizov as your lefty. I would say I actually think go Goudreau here. No, you need a lefty. Go Bowen Byram. Go Bowen Byram as your free 88. Recon says, Sleeveless does NHL 23 support 120 hertz. Could you help me out? I believe there's an issue with it. I don't think it does. So you can't quote me on that. I apologize. I'll try and find out the answer for you. Shield Breaker says, Sleeves, I pulled McDavid after a couple hour grind in the SP challenges. He's so fun to use. Always one of the best cards to use. Always one of the best cards to use. Scott Switzer says, Hey, No Sleeves, huge fan for years. This year I'm free to play other than the 500 I dropped. But it was a check from Grandma, so it doesn't count. But in all seriousness, thinking of doing team builders so I can keep interested in the game for a long time instead of doing MSPs. That's a good way to look at it. Do you think it's worth it to do team builders for a free-to-play player like myself? Grandma doesn't like me that much. If you have spent money on the game, you can make team builders fairly easy. If you have not spent money and you're free-to-play, no, I don't think that they're worth it. Unless you take untradeable rewards, which you should do, and after taking like a month and a half of untradeable rewards, the problem with team builders is that if you make one, that's fine, but you have to make two because when the new ones come out later on in the year, you need two to upgrade to the next one. So at some point, you're going to have to make two, and that's, if you're starting from scratch, they're about 400K in value. So that's 800K for a free-to-play team. I mean, I've been grinding free-to-play, and I got to say, that's brutal. Lord says, love these, keep them coming. They're not going anywhere, my man. Thank you. You said the base McJesus was underwhelming. I got blessed with his X Factor and a choice pack, and I found using Ankle Breaker, as much as you don't care for it on him, I found it made the difference. Enjoy the content. That's interesting to hear. Ankle Breaker is a weird one where it's hard to quantify if it actually does anything impactful. I'm going to start... The reason why I've used McDavid, or I found him underwhelming, I think, is A, because the Rivals Burst event, if you don't... Your first line plays half the game, right? And I have him on my third line because Goudreau has been so much fun. Like, Goudreau has been such a fun card because of Elite Edges. I can't take him on my first line. And then my second line, I have Keith Tkachuk. So there will come a point where he goes up higher, and I just haven't used him well. But it is good to hear that the X Factor with the Ankle Breaker could be a lot of fun. We want a Suzuki or Caulfield fantasy card. I think that those are both... Caulfield would only be a master set because he's probably potting 30. And a master set players usually start at like 70, but they're usually better goal scorers. Suzuki's going to have a hard time getting like 30, right? So if he started at like, that'd be a good one. Cam Code says, Sleeves, finally 40K. Congrats. I'm free to play. I've been very boringly working the market. So I have around 300K. I was lucky enough to get McKinnon's X Factor for my X Factor choice pack and Makar's X Factor for 50 gold players. I was thinking about getting McDavid. He's currently going for around 150K in the store. Should I keep saving or wait for him to go down? What's the best price to pull the trigger out of McDavid in your opinion? Or is it better to wait altogether and buy a must-have master item? Love the work. I love the videos. Keep up the good work. So McDavid, he will continue to go down. The thing is that he is still, his base card's among one of the best, but he becomes one of the best buys when he gets to around like 80K. And that's probably not until like mid to late November. So if I'm spending 300K or 150K on him, know that you are going to lose money. Like you have to accept that you're going to lose coins. So he is very fun. Like I said, if you really want to get McDavid, I would just grab the free Goudreau from the event. From JSM Music says, made 3 additional event heroes so I can work the event quicker. Thanks for the tip. Have base cards for Hedman, McDavid, Yossi, and a few others that are 85. Should I save for fantasy event or sell? Because I doubt I'll make more than 4 X Factors, and I already have Stamkos and Poulin. Yeah, now's the time. Monday and Tuesday, I would sell your cards that you can. Those ones because, actually, I wouldn't sell McDavid. McDavid's such a hard case. Because who are you going to replace him with? You've got to still use it. Like, I would sell Hedman. I would sell Yossi. I would not sell McDavid yet. I would sell McDavid a little bit lower, like when he gets to around 120, because he's such an impactful card. Riley says, how much money have you spent? Should I be using all my pre-order points in all up, or should I save some? We don't ask those kinds of questions here. I'm no money spent. Go and check out the videos. Matthew says, oh, actually, should I be using all my pre-order points? Use them on Fridays when the new event comes out, or save for the Evo event. All right, Matthew says, hey, no slaves, I have no money spent and wanted to go after the team builder sets. I already have one. Should I chase? If you have one, you got to go for a second one. That's kind of the rule there. So I would definitely go for a second one. All right, from Brandon. Hey, slaves, I'm trying to go with a team that's mostly tradable because last year I got bored running the same cards most of the year with only master cards. Who are cards to target that won't drop in value as quick? I have X Factor, Stammer, Kirill, and Larkin, who are all nuts, along with Base, Kane, Draisaitl, and Goudreau. For the event, I have Letang, who I'll upgrade, and then I was going to take Byram Zegras for the free objective, 150k to work with. Dude, you want a card that is off the radar, that is super effective? Marie-Philippe Poulin's X Factor. Go and grab that, man. That's the best one, in all honesty. All right, last one from... This one is from... I play too much. I played too much. Notice small goalies are well used. Shesterkin and extremely impressed. Keith Tkachuk, holy hell, is a monster. By the way, is the rankings on Rivals board broken? Need 22,000 for gold. Yes, Rivals is broken. Small goaltenders are usable. I think Saros is still too small, and the women goaltenders. 6'1", Shesterkin has been great. Keith Tkachuk, one of my favorite cards. So I completely agree with that. All right, guys, that is going to do it for episode 2 of Who Should You Choose. Make sure you subscribe so you can get your comment in quickly, and I'll be back tomorrow with episode 3 and answer all your questions. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.